So, build a rocking chair, episode 7. We are going to cut the back brace laminations. So, in order to cut and build out our back braces, during our rough out, we cut 5 billets for our back braces. 2 in cherry. This cherry chair. So 2 cherries, and then 2 quarter sawn ash, which we made from our 8 quarter, if you'll remember. That leaves us with a 3rd cherry. For the back braces themselves, we just need the 4 pieces. But if you're using the wedges, this 3rd one is where your wedges will come from. You'll be cutting it. You'll be cutting 8 pieces at 0.18, 10 inches long, and 8 more pieces at 0.12, 10 inches long. Those will be the wedges for the top and the bottom of your back brace. I'm not utilizing that method. I'm not going to do the wedges because I don't have a drum sander. So what I'm going to do, our workaround for that is adding a 2 3/4 inch strip that is an 1/8 inch thickness to the bottoms of our back brace. And so what I'm going to do with my 3rd is I'm going to go ahead and rip it in 1/8 inch increments. Couple that with my leftovers from my rockers. That's what I'm going to use to make my my clamp, my hold downs, right? So I'll rip these at 1/8 of an inch. I'll laminate them on the form, and then that'll become my backer when it's time to glue up these laminations. Groovy? Everybody with me? All right, so I've laid these out the same way that we did the rocker, right? Face side up, drew my line across here. The process of cutting these laminations is the same as it was for the rockers. Line up, line down, line up, line down, left stack, left stack, right stack, right stack, left stack. Groovy? Same exact process as the rockers. The thickness for the back braces is, what is it? 0.08 inches. It's really small. It's like 1.5, 1/16 and a 64th. Really small. All right. So here we go. Let's get started. Okay, so got all of these cut, and given the billet size and this 1/16 inch curve, I was able to make way more than necessary. So I stopped short because these are really thin. Out of my first piece, it was 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I got 12. I got 12 pieces, 12 lambs out of 1 billet. Only need 16. I got into the second billet, 2, 4, 6. I cut 8, and still got half of it left. So I stopped, and the same thing occurred on the with the ash. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I got 14. Again with the ash, I only need 16. So, but I cut 4 out of the second one. So this is just these are obviously the internal lamps, so they're not that critical. All right, so what I'm going to do now is build out the back braces, which is going to be a cherry, 2 ash, and a cherry. And I'm going to choose the best face of each piece of cherry. Rather than, well, I can run these just straight across, just fan these out. I guess that would probably be the best because that'll give me the grain consistent across the front and then again consistent across the back. So that's what I'm going to go for. Consistency. Where I came up a little different with the second, because it was in line side by side, that grain should still continue. All right, so it's real simple. I'm going to take first cherry, flip it face down, take an ash, another cherry. There's one. I'm going to do this 8 times. And flip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so we only need 8 or 7 for our chair, but it's nice to have that extra just in case something goes awry. And then I still got all of these left over. And I'm going to use these again to make my backer. Okay, so initially I had all these laid out, right? There's 8 of them. We only need 7. So now what I've done here is played with it, played with each of the stacks. This center one was originally over here in line in accordance with our stack layout. But to make it visually appealing, I have chosen to take the more straight grained piece and set in the center. And then, so the grain of these 3 kind of flows in towards the middle. I flip these over so that I have the book match effect. So the grain of these 3 kind of rolls towards the middle, giving us, balance. Everything flows toward the middle, same as our rockers. I like this. I'm going to stay with this. So now I'm going to number these across the top, the center, and the bottoms, just like I did the rockers. Get them numbered and labeled top and bottom so that there's no questions. And then here's number 8. We're still doing that. And part of the reason we did an 8th one, right? We don't need it. If something goes bad, we've got a spare. And also, when it's time to glue these up, it's easier to glue 2 at a time than it is one by itself because of the clamping issue that's pretty thin. Okay, there we are. Now with these all numbered across the top, center, and the bottom, I am simply going to verify that they are all exactly the same length, which for me is 32.5 inches. And then I'm going to tape these. I'm going to stack them in sets of 2 and use blue tape, blue painter's tape, because it doesn't leave a residue. I'll tape these together in stacks of 2 and set aside in preparation for the glue ups. Okay, so to practice the glue up for the back braces and the rockers, I'm going to go ahead and do up the backer. I've already got part of it done. I'm going to add to it. So I've run my bead of glue here. I've got a decent paint roller, decent roller here, which is actually a paint roller. To get some glue in it, but it works pretty well. We're going to get that spread out. There we go. So every bit of that has got glue on it. Nice and even. All right, now I'm going to take that first one and I'm going to set it right here. And we'll slob up the next one. All right, now this one I'm going to turn over so that we're glue to glue. Line it up there. All right, and now we'll glue both of these. Both are double stacked. I can do them both at the same time. Maybe. So I'm getting some glue on my workbench. But I'm not real worried about it because it's an MDF top workbench. But I have put a few coats of shellac on it, so the glue does not stick to it really well. Comes off pretty easy. I care more about my lamination than I do this MDF top. All right, so I got that one done. Again, we'll flip it over, glue to glue. Bang. And all right, that's doing pretty well. All right, now I'm putting so it's ash on the top. I'm going to glue this one to that. The bottom of this is dry. So one more here. Cap that off. We'll take a squeeze clamp, find the middle right about here. Yep. Yeah, this needs to be on the other side. I'm trying to keep everything pulled, and these squeeze clamps do a really good job of pulling. We want to get everything pulled tight up against the aluminum. All right. I think that gets us there, yeah. And I'm going to take that. Pull it up nice and tight. So I'm squeezing the laminations up to the aluminum. All right, I'm just going to hold that there. Now, I'm going to chase. Let's go this way from top to bottom from this side. I'll flip this one around. All right. All right, that worked. So much better. That's a lot better. Okay. I'll leave that one for now. Let's get back to work here. Got one there. Let's go here. So good at it. All right. So because I already had a bit of a backer started, this is working out really well. I've got contact all the way through. So it looks like I might be able to reposition some of these other ones. Now, I'll just use what I got. These will work just fine too. Get in there. Or will you? Yeah, you will. Once these backers are dry and happy, I won't need as many clamps to do. All right. Now I'm going to come down here and I'm going to tighten them all down. Again, I'm not trying to kill them. But I want them tight. Not real thrilled about the handles on these either. On this set of clamps, they're really small. But I guess that's a good thing because I can't get a real behemoth grip on them to over tighten them. All right, there we go. Got good squeeze out on all of the pieces and pots. The glue up for the back braces themselves, now that once this thing is cured, should go much easier. And again, I'll be using a few less clamps. Preparation is the key. Okay, well remember, if you like my video, please hit that like button down there at the bottom. And we'll see you down the road.